It is officially mock draft season, boys. Every year that I do a mock draft, the comments are filled with how my team is horrible and I won't win a game. And while I may be MM casual 99% of the time, 2 out of the last 3 years, I have won the fantasy football championship. I play in 12-team PPR leagues. This year will be the first year I ever do a dynasty league. Super excited about that. I'll give you more info later. But for now, we're going to mock draft a 12-team, a 10-team, and an 8-team PPR fantasy football league. And finally, Sleeper's ADP is caught up. Last time I did a mock draft like months ago, Ashton Genty was in like the 5th round, which is crazy. Ashton Genty is now the 5th running back off the board. His average draft position is before Christian McCaffrey, which is wild. Maybe it's not wild. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. These are my roster settings in every league I play in. 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, a tight end, a flex, a kicker, and a defense with 5 bench slots. Everybody plays different. I know some people play super flex. We have 2 quarterbacks. I absolutely hate that. I just do not like it. Feel free to do your thing. That's how I'll be running my mock draft. I'm going to randomize my pick order. So 12-team PPR, pick 4. I do kind of like this spot. Let's take a look. So I think in most leagues, the first player off the board, that is actually not how I expected that to go. See, that's the thing. When you draft with human people, like, they're so much more irrational. Or maybe even smarter than the computer sometimes, I don't know. But first off the board is Jamar, then Jefferson, then Bijan. In this scenario, there is no decision to make. Unless you had a gigantic hard-on for Jahmyr Gibbs or CeeDee Lamb, you take Saquon Barkley here and you don't even think about it. That should be such an easy pick. I'm going to be honest, though. I don't think Saquon's making it to that slot. I think Saquon is usually going to get taken 1 through 3. I'm quite grateful to have him. Picking at the 4 slot and getting Saquon's kind of nasty. All right, next pick. My options are Bucky Irving, Josh Allen, Lamar, Jonathan Taylor, Trey McBride. Obviously, I could come down here further and reach, but out of these guys, I really like Lamar. Dude, Saquon and Lamar is a disgusting start. I like Lamar a little bit better than Josh Allen. I'm not that crazy about Bucky Irving this year. I just am not. I'm not that crazy about Jonathan Taylor either. Trey McBride was an absolute freak show last year. Ooh. I'd take Lamar here. So Saquon Barkley and Lamar, maybe Trey McBride will still be available. Unfortunately, he's not. Yeah, I was trying to go for the Galaxy brain if I could get Lamar and then I could get Trey McBride coming back. But since I can't get Trey McBride, dude, you know what's crazy? It's like it's 2019 all over again. I'm about to go another running back. Kyron Williams, Chase Brown. I've never been a big fan of T. Higgins. I just hate that he's on the same team as Jamar. Like, we take a look at his games from last season. He's just kind of streaky. 2.3 points here, 29.1 against Denver. Followed that up with 5 points. I am not high enough on T. Higgins to take him. In hindsight, Josh Allen is still available here. So in hindsight, it would have been smarter to take either a Garrett Wilson, a Tyreek, and Njigba, or a Trey McBride, and then snake back here for Josh or Jaden. I'm actually taking Kyron Williams. 2 running backs and a quarterback. Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, Kyron Williams. I do kind of like the depth for wide receivers later here. We just got to see who goes. Okay, we're back up. I'm going to be honest. DK Metcalf with Aaron Rodgers, I actually really like this, especially in the 4th round. I'm actually kind of geeked about this. I'm taking DK Metcalf here. Dude, I am low-key kind of excited about this team. I'm liking this draft position a lot. Tons of good wide receivers available. DJ Moore with Caleb Williams. He was the 16th best wide receiver PPR-wise, and Chicago did get a lot better. I don't hate that. I always love Devonta Smith. I love a good wide receiver on a good team. Zay Flowers gives me the heebie-jeebies. Xavier Worthy gives me the heebie-jeebies. I just don't know. I think I will take DJ Moore here. I believe in Caleb Williams. We got to use the sleeper emotes. Let's talk shit to the CPU. Let's put a shit on every single one of their picks. Nice. My opinion on tight ends is if you don't get a tight end that's like a Trey McBride or a Brock Bowers, you might as well just get anybody. So I probably won't take a tight end until 12 plus. I guess we'll see what falls in our lap. For now, I really don't think Travis Hunter's worth a shot. The analysis, Hunter's been playing both wide receiver and corner throughout Jacksonville's training camp. He'll continue to do so in the first preseason game. I need to know more. Before I go drafting Travis Hunter. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I'm going Jacoby Myers right here. Actually, he'll still be available. I'm going to take a shot on RJ Harvey here. Jacoby Myers will still be available when we come back around, and I'm taking him here. So this year, I always have a few players that I'm like crazy high on, and I'm gonna try and get in a lot of leagues. Jacoby Myers damn near won me last year. Jacoby Myers is not a good wide receiver, but his value is insane. He's wide receiver 1 on the Raiders. The Raiders are consistently losing games. They're consistently in a we must pass scenario. It's a big part of the reason that Brock Bowers was getting wicked, dude, so many catches last season. Just a PPR merchant. It's not like they were getting in the end zone a ton. Like, Jacoby Myers only had 4 touchdowns last season, but he had 129 targets. Like, this actually lit. He had 1,027 yards. He was really good for me last season. I want Jacoby Myers in a lot of leagues again this season. RJ Harvey, I'll admit that this is kind of just like, I'm hoping that he'll really show up. I don't know much about RJ Harvey. He's listed 5th on Denver's initial preseason depth chart. He's been repping as the number 2 running back in practice. I mean, if you look at this Denver running back room, like, he kind of has to be the starter. J.K. Dobbins has had a lot of injuries. He's bounced around a lot of teams. He's certainly lost a step. RJ Harvey's 24, and this running back room is really just bizarre. I'd expect Harvey to be the starter. We're back up here, and there's actually, wow, there's an unbelievable amount of tight ends available. Out of Evan Engram, Jonnu Smith, David Njoku, and Tyler Warren, David Njoku consistently puts up really solid seasons. 2023, he had 201.2 PPR. 2024, he had 148.5. Damn. It's honestly really solid. I think out of these guys, I like Njoku and Jonnu Smith the best. Tyler Warren was drafted really high. I think I'm taking Tyler Warren. I think once it's the 9th round, now it's time. Now it's time to take a shot on a rookie tight end. What if this is the next Brock Bowers? I think if anyone could be a league winner, like that one pick that you made that like really changed the tide for your team, I think it could be a guy like Tyler Warren. I think, you know, who's going to be a league decider too? I think Ashton Genty is going to be a league decider. Because Ashton Genty is being drafted, so he's being drafted before McCaffrey, and he's never played a snap of NFL football. That scares the shit out of me. And he's on the Raiders, who like have not been performing well offensively. Ashton Genty's obviously going to be a bell cow. He's obviously an amazing running back. Maybe he'll get used just like Bijan did, and he'll just be amazing out the gates. But I'm kind of scared of Ashton Genty. If I was picking at 11 or 12 and both McCaffrey and Genty are available, I'm taking McCaffrey. That's for sure. Another guy I actually really like and probably shouldn't is Scattaboo. I have no idea if there is any realistic possibility that Scattaboo gets reps. I just love him. If I was going to make like a hometown hero stupid pick, I would get Scattaboo. But realistically here, I think for the value, I think Diggs is a really solid pickup. That gives me my 4th wide receiver. I have 3 running backs, a quarterback, and a tight end. So we have really good depth right now. Like, we have all the positions we should want. Once it hits these rounds, I love rookies. Love taking rookies. Not Jaden Higgins. Pittman's always been pretty solid for me. Do I believe in Keon Coleman once again? I took Keon Coleman last year. He was underwhelming, really underwhelming. I thought he was going to really step up. But in the sophomore season, does he really step up? I think it's worth a grab. It's hard though. Keon Coleman played for Michigan State, so it's hard for me to get that bias out of my head. Like, I'm definitely biased on him. I think Brandon Aubrey is the sole kicker in the entire draft board that I would consider taking early. Or actually, he's probably one of the only kickers I'd actually consider drafting. I think outside of Brandon Aubrey, I'm just going to waiver wire a kicker. I don't know. I didn't like anything I saw. What I do need is a running back, and I really don't. There's almost no chance this late I'm going to get a running back who's worth a fuck. I don't mind Trey Benson, though. I'll get him later when he's still available. Nick Chubb is technically on Houston. Let's take Nick Chubb. Why not? Let's get weird with it. As it snakes back around, this is where I'd want Trey Benson. Only reason I'm taking Trey Benson is he is technically RB2 on this depth chart, and James Conner, to me, has just been losing a step every season. He's just been, like, slightly losing a step, like most running backs do. I don't know, if somebody's going to step up on that Cardinals roster and get a lot of touches, I think the next in line is Trey Benson, but I don't know, it's pick 14, or it's pick 13. It's not like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I don't like literally any of these. These all fucking blow. I'll take the Bijan handicap. Tyler Allgeier? I always forget how to pronounce his fucking name, but that's the Bijan handicap. All right, let's take a look at this team. All right, Team Matthew Maher. That's our squad on the left. Here's what we've come up with. Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, Kyren Williams. Those 3, to me, are just incredible. Like, quarterback, running back are so good. But I really did, like, I think instead of taking Kyren or instead of taking Lamar, I should have gone wide receiver because my wide receiver depth is just not where it should be. DK Metcalf, I think he will be really solid this season. I feel really good. Same with Moore. Tyler Warren's kind of a pot shot. Do they use him like crazy like a Brock Bowers, or is this going to be a learning season for the rookie? Who knows? Really excited about Warren. I'm definitely going to try and get him in a few leagues. RJ Harvey's kind of a pot shot too. I don't think this is a very good pick. I think I made a mistake with that pick. Myers, I love. If I was actually starting this, I would never put Harvey as this. Even though his like sleeper projected is 10.86, I would go Jacoby Myers. The thing I love about a guy like Jacoby Myers is he always gets a target. Like, Jacoby Myers will get you 9 points every game or better. A guy like Jacoby Myers, at least. RJ Harvey could very easily go for 3 points on 40 yards, 10 carries, and no touchdown. The only reason my projection is low right now is I don't have a defense. Let's just pick up literally any defense so we can actually see how our team looks here. Okay, so here's our actual projections because we've got Rams defense in now. I think the team's solid, but if I could run it back, I don't think I double up this hard at running back. I think that's too aggressive, especially with how running backs get injured. I like the squad though. All right, let's run it back with a 10-team PPR snake, randomizing my pick, and I'm pick 9 now, so we're gonna be at the end of the ladder. Hey, well, I said what I was gonna do if I end up in this pick, so wow, take a look at this one. Jamar Bijan go first. Saquon's 4th, and Jefferson goes 6th. Dude, I will say I'm scared of Jefferson this year too because of JJ McCarthy. I don't know how that's gonna pan out. I'm a little scared about that. Now, at pick 9 in a 10-team league, Malik Neighbors, Derrick Henry, Ashton Genty, Nico Collins, Christian McCaffrey, Brian Thomas. Holy shit. I love Malik Neighbors. Absolutely love Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors was on pace to be like one of the best fantasy wide receivers last season. 273.6, 6 wide receiver, and he missed 2 games. He's damn near wide receiver 1 if he doesn't miss those 2 games. Unbelievable stat line for Malik Neighbors. I don't know who's going to be quarterback here for the Giants, but I think Malik Neighbors has kind of got to be the guy if they're going to him. I think we take Malik, and if Derrick Henry or Genty or McCaffrey are available on this come around, beautiful. Okay, now the question is, so Genty gets taken here, then Nico Collins. The question is Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey's 29, Derrick Henry's 31. Derrick Henry defies all odds. He was the 4th PPR running back in his career. He's been 5th, 3rd, 21, 4, 8, 4. Ungodly. McCaffrey has been 2-1, 53, 38, 2-1, 68. Ugh! McCaffrey's so scary, bro. I think I take Derrick Henry here. Derrick Henry's just a slam dunk. McCaffrey's a little scary. If it was between McCaffrey and Genty, I'm taking McCaffrey. But if it's between those 3, I'm taking Derrick Henry. This is going to be a vastly different team than last time. Especially in a 10 team. Oh, you're going to give me Trey McBride? We got Trey McBride down the line? Dude, if Trey McBride's sitting in front of me, I am fucking taking him. I love him. Breece Hall and T. Higgins go. I still feel really good about Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson was the 10th wide receiver in PPR last year, and the Jets really fucking struggled. Oh, it's Justin Fields now. It's Justin Fields now. Well, they both were at Ohio State. The question, how much do you believe in the Ohio State connection? Do you believe that Justin Fields can get Garrett Wilson the ball? I mean, Aaron Rodgers made him 10th PPR. I do not like Chase Brown. I do not like James Cook. I think I'm going wide receiver here. I think I might actually go Mike Evans. I can't go Marvin Harrison because I went Trey McBride. Leaning that heavily on the Arizona Cardinals is a bold call. I'm going Mike Evans over Garrett Wilson. I'm a little bit too scared of Justin Fields and the Jets. Mike Evans, on the other hand, is incredibly consistent. I will say I have a bunch of consistent guys on this lineup right now. Derrick Henry, Mike Evans, Trey McBride. I think we got to start taking some shots here. Dude, honestly, a big shot to take. Amari and Hampton, Chargers. Amari and Hampton is, number 1, supposedly RB1 on the Chargers. I love Jim Harbaugh. I know Jim Harbaugh wants to use his running back. And it feels like it's been a while since the Chargers have had like an actual, like, really solid running back. They had like Austin Eckler, who had those really good seasons as a pass catcher, and for UDFA was really solid. And then they've just been kind of like using whatever. I'm going to go Amari and Hampton here. I think the Chargers have a really good team trajectory right now, especially with Harbaugh. So Amari and Hampton could go quarterback or wide receiver here. Not too geeked about Mahomes. I think I'll go Devonta Smith. The Slim Reaper. I still feel good about Devonta Smith. I didn't take him in that last league, so getting the opportunity to take him here, I like that. I was going to say, if Travis Kelce is available this late, I'm absolutely taking Travis Kelce. Dude, the value on Travis Kelce right now, I don't think has ever been better. Like, the fact that Travis Kelce last season was still going in the first, second round is crazy, and now he's down in the 7th. This dude was the 5th best tight end last season. He was the first best tight end for 5 fucking years in a row, which is absolutely ungodly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then second, then first again, then third, then fifth. For the 7th round, that's still such good value. I almost could have taken him where I took Devonta Smith. I actually probably should have. If I could run this back, I would have. Only 2 running backs on the roster, so I definitely got to pick up one more. Quinshon Judkins. I will say, if I do this, I'm putting a lot of eggs in the basket of rookie running backs, which is pretty damn bold, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on Marion Hampton and Quinshon Judkins. They take Jalen Waddle and Jordan Addison, which is such a bummer because those are the 2 that I was looking at. I don't know if I got him last time. Dude, Jerry Jeudy. Now we're getting way too weird down here. I'm actually going to take Bo Nix. Bo Nix was a shockingly good fantasy quarterback last season. Shockingly good fantasy quarterback. He was the 7th best quarterback in his rookie season. Jaden Daniels was awesome too, but I think Bo Nix could pick there. Dude, Seahawks Cooper Kupp. Seahawks Cooper Kupp is a solid pickup in the 9th round. I'm pretty excited. Bro, if you have the choice between Deebo Samuel and Seahawks Cooper Kupp, and you're taking Deebo Samuel, I just can't agree with that. I just cannot agree with that. I will take Travis Etienne. I feel like I've been burnt by Travis Etienne on so many seasons that it's like, what am I really doing here? I'll do it again. It never hurts to have running backs. I think between Marion Hampton and Quinshon Judkins, though, one of those 2 is going to have a really, really solid season. If not both. I mean, this is a 10-man league, so obviously my team is going to be better. I'm going Egbuka. Egbuka could be gnarly. I will take Jaden Higgins now. Fuck it, I will take Jaden Higgins now. I passed on him last time. Jaden Higgins was out of USC, I believe. He's a big boy. Is he like 6'4"? Yeah. Jaden Higgins, 6'4", Texans wide receiver. You're telling me CJ's not going to huck him a few? This is the 13th round, so we're really getting down to it here. And then I do need a kicker, and I do need a defense. I'm a Younghoe Koo enjoyer. Like, if I'm being for real, I'm a Younghoe Koo enjoyer. Once again, I didn't grab a defense, so I just have to drop Pittman or Higgins or something, but... All right, here's our 10-team PPR squad. Bo Nix at quarterback, Derrick Henry and Marion Hampton at running back, Malik Neighbors and Mike Evans at wide receivers, Trey McBride at tight end, Quinshon Judkins is at the flex, and Younghoe Koo, and I didn't put in a defense, so it's just empty. But realistically... I don't think I would put a guy, like, I just do not like putting running backs at the flex, unless they're like a PPR running back, like, who gets a lot of passes, or they consistently score a touchdown every game. Running backs are way too reliant on getting in the end zone. And that's why, like, I think their projected points are just, it's too scary. I'd much rather have my flex give me 9 points. Well, actually, let me reiterate. If I'm supposed to lose a matchup, like my opponent has a spectacular team or they've already put up like 60 points between 2 players, I'll always put my biggest boom or bust player in. So if Quinshon Judkins is either dropping 20 points or 0 points, I'd probably put Quinshon Judkins in. But if I'm slated to win a match or I already have the lead, I always put in my lowest floor guy. Just a wide receiver who consistently gets a few catches. If they get in the end zone, great. But I just need like 8 or 9 points out of them. Generally speaking, I have a wide receiver in. I think how is Devonta Smith not already in? Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. He should have already been right here. I don't know why it put Quinshon Judkins in there. Damn, this team is fucking nasty. I really like this team. Real quick, let me throw in a defense, though. I don't like the numbers looking all wrong. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a 10-man league, so you do get better players, but I fucking love this team, bro. Bo Nix, Derrick Henry, I love Marion Hampton. I think he's going to have a really good season. Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Trey McBride, Devonta Smith, Younghoe Koo, Bills. Compare this to my opponent's team. Jalen Hurts, Kyron, Chuba, Puka, Brian Thomas, Laporta, I like my team so much better. Let's take a look at some of these teams, though. Team 2 and Team A. Baker, Jameer, Josh Jacobs, Caleb, Joe Mixon, Pacheco. AJ Brown, McLaurin, Amon-Ra, Drake London, Kelsey. I do like this team. Jameer Jacobs, AJ Brown, McLaurin, Travis Kelsey, DK Metcalf, Fairbairn with Dobbins, Caleb Johnson, Ayuk, JMO. That's a pretty solid team. All right, boys. I know I said I'd do an 8-team as well, but this actually went way longer than I thought it was going to. I will say I'm super excited for fantasy football. I can't wait to do Dynasty. I don't know if you guys play Dynasty, but that's where your league carries over year after year. So, like, if I were to draft Bijan Robinson this year, next season I would still have Bijan, assuming I didn't trade him or anything. So you don't redraft your team. You draft it one time. You have draft. It's like a Madden franchise, except for fantasy football. You get it. I'm really excited about it. Either way, I love you. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.